Howdy folks, welcome back to the farm. We've got some more fall projects we got to get done today. So stick around, hang out with us for a while. So it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Maybe Thanksgiving by the time you see this, but Kelly's already getting hankering to put up her Christmas decorations, and part of that is lights on the house. So the project I need to get done, or would like to get done before we do that. So let's go over what we got here. So this corner of the roof here is where our light wires come down. And historically, we've had to run an extension cord around the front of the house because there's absolutely no electricity over here. Now, we do have electricity we put in the grain bin when we installed that, but I'd still rather not run an extension cord across here. Now, this was put in when we first bought the place. We had a satellite internet company that we were completely unhappy with, and we have since kicked them to the curb now that we have Starlink, which is a far superior product. But this is where they drilled through the wall because they'd put a satellite dish up here on the roof. So this is abandoned now. So we're going to try to use this opening here to run power out here to the outside. And we have this outlet kit that we purchased here for outdoor locations. Comes with the box, the receptacle, the cover, the receptacle's GFCI, so that'll be good for outside here. So let's go show you what we have on the inside. So right up here is where that cable comes through into the basement, and you can see this wire up here is cut, and I'll tell you why that happened. We were here when they were installing the satellite dish, and when the installer drilled through the outer wall, he drilled right through and nicked the wire that goes to our furnace, that powers our furnace. And he wasn't even going to tell us that he had done that. Luckily, there was people here that were clearing out the prior owner's stuff, and they saw a big flash because they were working here in the basement and come to investigate to see what was going on. And they came up and informed us what had happened down here. So I immediately came down, and the guy was in the process of putting some electrical tape around that wire to fix it. And that could have been a huge fire hazard down here, especially right up in there where it's connected to the wood. Couldn't believe the guy was going to do that. So I said, no, you're going to get that fixed right. So he in turn got a hold of an electrician to come out here at night and ran a whole complete new wire to the furnace, which I don't think he probably turned into his boss. I think my electrical guy said he paid for that out of his pocket, which, hey, got to do what you got to do. But we actually ended up getting a good electrician out of that because I was highly impressed with the work that he did, and he's done all of our work ever since. And he's the one that made this possible for what we're doing right now. So we had that same electrician come in and do our work for us. This used to be an old screw-in fuse box, and those are kind of hard to deal with, and they're old technology and needed to go. In fact, most people can get better insurance rates if those are gone. So we had him install a real nice breaker panel here. Well, when he did that, I knew we were going to eventually probably abandon that line. So he added this coil of Romex here for us, got its own breaker here in the box. So we can run this piece of Romex out for our outdoor power. So that was nice of him to set that up for us. If not, I could have added a breaker in the box, but he was already in there, so he did that for us and added the breaker at the time. So we've got to get that cable out from through the wall, and by the looks of it, we should be able to take this cable right back out through the same hole without making it bigger, because they're about the same size cables. So what I'll do is I'll cut this cable here, and we'll use this cable if we can to pull this cable back through the wall. If not, we'll figure out something else. I have a fish tape out in the shop that we can use to pull it through, but hopefully that plan will come together. So we're going to get this going. I'm going to cut the wires here. We'll go outside and pull some out and see what we're dealing with. Okay, we were able to get that cable out and our Romex pushed through without tying it together. But let's go see outside, see if it actually came out. Sweet deal, we got it out here. So we pulled a bunch of silicone and stuff out of that hole. So we will reseal that here now. Well, we got to fasten this box to the wall. So you see there's holes there that need to be either punched or drilled out. We're going to go take care of those holes, get them opened up. And then we have a wall anchor kit here that even comes with the correct size drill bits. So we'll bring a drill out. We'll get things set up to get this thing anchored to the wall. Got our holes opened up. All you got to do is take a punch through those punch right out. Okay, time to mount the box. We waited on the silicone until we get this thing ready to put on for good. So we just hold the box up, we get the drill, we drill the hole, put the anchor in, screw it in, make sure we're lined up, drill the other one the same way, pull the box back off, make sure both anchors are in, we'll silicone everything up and then put the box on permanently. Okay, we got both anchors in the wall, so we're going to silicone everything up, put our box on. Our box is mounted to the roll really well. We've stripped our wires back almost to the back of the box. We need to strip our wires to go on our connectors on our outlet. Remember, black wire goes to the gold screw, white wire goes to the silver screw, and the bare copper ground wire goes to the green screw. It's that easy. Make sure your outlet's in the upright position there. And then we'll put this outlet on. It gets applied with screws through this hole into these holes here. And then there's another set of screws that use this hole here on both sides to attach our outside box. Now this outlet has different kind of connections than what I've showed you in the past. So you see this set of lines right here where my thumb is? That's the strip gauge that tells you how long to strip the insulation off your wires. And then your wire just pokes into one of these corresponding holes. There's 2 holes per each screw, so you can run more than one wire if you need to. And then you just tighten that screw and it clamps on it internally in there, so you don't have to wrap the wires around the screw. Now the ground screw on the bottom, it has a little flat plate right there. You just stuff the wire back behind that screw, and then as you tighten it down, it tightens that plate down on the screw. Pretty handy. Alright, we've got a nice clean installation here. You might be able to see this green screw back here. That's for grounding your outlet, but we don't need to do that. If we had another wire, we could run it to that screw, but our grounding screw here, it actually connects to the metal bracket on the outlet, which in turn contacts this metal box. So we don't have to run a ground to that screw. But if we, like I said, if we had another wire, the ground circuit would be completed because this is all metal. So let's get this outlet put in there. Okay, we've got our outlet installed. We have our box cover installed. Now this box cover even has a place on the bottom where you can put a padlock right here. So in case you live in an area where a neighbor might steal electricity from you, and it does happen, I've seen it happen. We went to a house one time in the city where the neighbor had came in and actually cut the sod in his neighbor's yard so he could lay in an electrical cord underneath his grass so he couldn't see it and come up right out of the ground and in his outlet. And it took him a while to figure it out that his neighbor was stealing power. Pretty crazy what some people will do. We've put our wet plug here in the top of the box. It comes with two of them because there's 3 holes in the box. There's one on here, one on the bottom, and one in the back that we came through. So it gives you 2 plugs depending on which ones you're going to use. Now you don't have to seal these plugs because they have a tapered seal in there. Now I've heard some people leave the bottom plug out in case any water gets in the box, it drains out, but I don't recommend that because then you've got bugs and little snakes or whatever that want to crawl up in that box for refuge and possibly cause you a problem. But there's already a hole right down here that goes all the way through into the box, so if there was any water get in there, it would run out this hole anyway. Now this box also has an area for a cord to get through. You see this little punch out area. So your cord, once you plug it in, there's plenty of room in this box to where your cord comes out and goes underneath here, even if your box is locked and closed. And this is suitable for a wet location. It's got a foam seal between this cover and the box. I'm going to come back through later when I'm going to get some clear silicone because all I have is black right now. And I don't want to use black on here. But I will caulk 3 sides of this box against the wall. From here around to here, I will leave the very bottom uncaulked in case water needs to escape out from behind the box for some reason. But we've got this installed. We're going to go throw the switch and give it a test. All right, we're going to flick our switch. The only one that was off. I didn't hear any lightning or anything going on out there. So let's go out and test our box. All right, we got our outlet fired up. So we can hit the test button right here. That shows that our GFCI cutout works. See, the little red light comes on. So all we have to do is reset that, push that in. So now let's test it for power. I have a little power tool here from the shop that we can plug in. Looks like the goes in that way there. So let's turn on our little drill so we know the outlet works. So there you go, folks. We have outdoor power. So pretty cool that we have power out here now for our Christmas lights. And another thing we can use it for, if we've got our barbecue out here in the grain bin, if we ever have a larger get-together where I don't want the smoke in there, I can wheel our barbecue out here. Use it over here on this little pad that the previous owner made. So pretty cool. So I hope we were able to show how easy this is if you have access to the inside of your wall where you can run wires and get power to the outside of your home. It's beneficial to have it, especially with a lot of the electric stuff that you're running these days. And it's not hard. It's easy to do. If you've never added a breaker to your breaker box, we have a video showing us do that I will attach here at the end of the video. So all you got to do is click on that. But if you're unsure, get an electrician out. But you can save a ton of money by doing these little things yourself and not spend $300, $400, $500 having an electrician come out to your house. It's pretty basic. You just got to be super safe. Make sure it's not energized. Get a wire tester and test it and make sure. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here at the farm. We'll do some more stuff.